How you going, YouTubers out there? It's Manic Magic here live again, seeing if this video won't bomb out on me, because I had a bit of technical issues a couple of days ago. After 4 attempts it failed and I gave it away as a bad job, so see how it goes today until I get my new computer. I can't wait, only a couple more weeks to go. Wish me luck. Okay, who we got out there? How you going? We've got another Aussie there. We've got a couple there. I can see the chat. What I'll do is I'll bring the chat on the big screen. So I'll come to my channel and see if I can watch this and turn the volume down till we get a few people coming in. I was setting this up, but as you can see in my thumbnail, I burnt my pies. Well, an Aussie can't burn their pies. And that's what YouTube does. We might have some good content, but we might be a bit burnt around the edges. And that's what it's all about when growing your channel. Content versus building the channel. The problems you have, the ups and downs, the haters, the supporters. That's what YouTube's all about. That's what they've created. They've created a game. They've created a game for us new guys to have to play. Whether people calling it sub for sub or support for support. Like, what is the best way to build your channel? This is what we're here to discuss today. I'm up to 1,300 supporters over 5 months now. A lot of you say, I'm cheating. I've had reports back. He must be cheating. Stop saying I got you. Stop saying this. Stop saying that. Well, I'm here to tell you I do not cheat. I have cracked the code. On my 2,000 subscriber video will tell you that. I have cracked the code. I will tell you more about that on my 2,000 subscriber count. But today, we're just going to be discussing content versus building your channel. And that's what I call it. Not sub for sub or support for support. Whether you say I fish in your pond or this or that, at the end of the day, us YouTubers, we need content. And I can see a few people coming into chat and I'll get to you. But I just want to get the footnote or the plot to my story first. The situation is we've got a young star out there called Farmer TJ, right? He's got a lot of advice from me how to grow my channel. I picked him up as a subscriber many months ago when I first started, and one of his first videos was he was in a very unlit environment in his bedroom, and he was showing a drone that he was talking about. A drone that he was going to purchase, and he didn't know which one he wanted and all the rest of it. So I gave him advice on way my path went on how to purchase a drone. And that's how the conversation started. Well, since then we've become a good friend. And he took my advice and he's got a Phantom 3. I said, start out with the basics. I said, if I had my time back again, I would have got a Phantom 3 drone. But I love my Phantom 4. Don't get me wrong, I do not have any regrets, but the price tag was the governing body, because I can't afford much. I'm that YouTube broke guy. So, but I was under the understanding, go for a better drone, and later when I do improve, I'll have a better platform and a nicer drone, and I look forward to that. But at the meantime, I baby it. But in the meantime, I want to start my channel. I mean, I didn't come to YouTube to start to fly drones, fly really good, do reviews on drones. I didn't want to start to do good cinema photography. That wasn't my goal. And people hounded me, you've got to get footage, you've got to get footage. Well, I'm not ready for that yet. All I was after was to get a platform first, till I got ready to fly my drone, because I've had a stroke, I've been in a coma, I've had a lot of issues. People that see my videos will realise that. If you check out Val's life, she did a video on Tuesday night, fantastic live stream interviewing me. And you'll get a bit of a touch on what I'm about. So I'm no con artist, I'm no person that enters into streams that I don't care for. I go there to pluck up support. The reason is you never know who is into drones or who's into art. So you've just got to, because YouTube is a disconnected format until you get to know one another. And I've met friends that I never ever thought that were into art or droning or whatever. I mean, I've had a background of so diverse: farming, welding, mechanics, inventions, flying aeroplanes, all sorts. And if you see Val Life video on her latest stream, the interview, you'll understand where I come from. And what we're here, without getting off the subject, is, like I've said in my description, is content versus channel building. The reason is why it's so important to have this conversation is I just watched a video, because I watch all my videos from my supporters. Don't think I'm watching just 2.5 minutes. I tell everyone 2.5 minutes. The reason is, watch everyone's video for at least 2.5. The reason is you don't know who you're going to discover out there. There is brilliant channels out there. Once you weed out the old channels and the bad channels and whatnot, there is amazing content. And I stumbled across Joy Scott on Farmer's channel today. And she did a video there that was a lovely video, lovely person. Her name is Joy Stewart. Check her video out, her latest video. It is really good. It gets to the point. No bells or whistles. None of this fanfare. Look at me, look at me. It's nothing to do with that. She was just from the heart. She says, all this fish in the pond and check my channel out and all this, right? She wasn't really the fan of that, because she was really, what her video was about was content means a lot. You get to grow a family. You look at anniversaries, birthdays, you become part of their family. And this is the amazing thing about YouTube. And believe me, I watch content. In my apprenticeship days, and I say way back when, like a couple of months ago, right, because I've only been on YouTube for 5 months, is I watched content after content. I watched Jagger Scott, I watched all the drone videos, all the farming videos. And believe me, I witnessed amazing stuff I've never seen before. So don't tell me I'm a sub for sub channel. I'm here for content. Man, like the amount of people I support and give advice to, and they know it. They get pockets of chat coming up on their comments. On my comments I give to them. Check this channel out. Check this channel. You're a stayer. I've got you for life. I get enthusiastic because I'm a freak. I just have that much time. I go 3 days straight. I check people's content out. One weekend I checked over 300 videos, and a lot of it was drone content, because my community that I've built up at the moment is mainly drone and cooking and sewing and painting, but a lot of content is drone. The reason is, whoops, nearly wiped out my doggy. My doggy's there listening to me. I got into drone to lose weight and walk my doggy each day and hoping to catch some videos. So that was my reason. Hang on, I can get onto YouTube. But I found out so much other creative stuff out there. I've put this drone in the back seat for a couple of weeks. because I just want to get my channel to grow, to show you guys what I've got to offer. And believe me, I've got a lot to offer, and there's a lot of people out there that has too. Let me be an example. Let the other guys that I support and shout out be an example. Like Val's Life, she does brilliant videos of interviews. Check out Jagger Scott, check out Farmer, check out to the fishing channels. Yes, and I'll get to that. They've been the most biggest helpers for me to get subscribers. And I'll tell you the difference between those channels and mine, which are on par. And they need to work hand in hand. Don't poo-poo the hell out of their channels because they say, fish in my pond, I'll get back to you. It's only this, and people are saying it's sub for sub. It's not. I mean, passion hunting and fishing. Brilliant guy, his name's Rocco. Check him out. I'll tell you the reason why you must check these channels out. I mean, you still got to go to Cab 7 and Green Bay Wacky and Canadian Drone Hub and all those guys because they've got a lot of traffic. You must do that because to get your channel to grow, to show people that you have something to offer, you need traffic. You need people. It goes hand in hand. I'm really getting emotional about this. I love Joy's video. So I'm not poo-pooing her video. I think I'm embracing her video. I think her video is sweet. It's straight to the point. Let the message get out there. It's not sub for sub versus content. It's growing your channel with content and with supporters. I have this motto, if you build it, I'll rephrase it because I'm so excited. I have this motto, if you build it, they will come, right? It's a famous saying. And it's so true. Val touched upon that yesterday in my interview. I actually have built the brand. I've built the supporter base. So people can come and watch my videos. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to cry if no one watches my videos. And I do because I've had a bit of a problem with my head. And I get so emotional. I want people. I want to reach out to people. So I'll calm down in a minute, but I am so disappointed in some people say Farmer, because Farmer's saying, I've got you, I've got that. But that's how he wants to build his channel. Don't poo-poo the lad because of that. Embrace it. Enjoy it. He has had such a good live stream this morning. People were coming in left, right and centre. He had 10 people before he could have a chance to get it up on screen. I mean, that's how these channels can explode. People are watching what he has to offer. And believe me, that lad, I've been on one-on-one with him, and I know what he has to offer. He is a 12-year-old lad that is a farmer. He pilots a drone. Who knows what he's going to do in his adult life. Watch his channel and explode. That will go viral because he's unique, he's at the right age, he's new, he's willing to listen. He's more of a man than some of the guys out there that think that they're a man. I mean, I've seen some channels that they ain't men, some of them. But I just close the door. He is a terrific guy. Young little man he is. So that's why I get emotional. Some of them were bagging him, and it's not fair. But he's getting an explosive channel. It's working well. So yeah, I'll calm down now because it's dropped from 14 to 7 people. But as you come in, hit that like. It all helps with the algorithm. So yeah, like on the video, now that I've calmed down, and I'll get to the chat. It's not a rant, it's excitement. Rightio. And who we got there? We've got, I better put my glass, hang on, I was going to do this so I could see chat. Right. So bear with me. This is what happened yesterday. I go to my channel and I see what I can look up. Here we are. We're on live now. So I'll calm down now. We got 16 likes, 7 people. I might harp on about that, but it helps our algorithm, and I'll touch on that in a minute, why it's so important. In the first 4 months of my YouTube experience, well, actually it goes back longer than that, where I just used to watch channels like I've Got Talent, Talent Time, or whatever, Americans Got Talent. I used to watch all those videos. I watched a lot of videos here and there, and I was a supporter. Never knew how to create a channel. I wasn't a creator at all, but I have had lots of backgrounds to be able to be a candidate to do that. So watch out. So yes, now that I've got chat, I'm starting to learn this bit by bit. So now I've used ways of being able to receive the chat. Oh, we've got Passion Hunting and Fishing. He is a brilliant channel, and I'll get to that, why it is so important. Rightio, let's take a big breath. I'll take a big sip of my drink, and I'm glad that he's here. He needs this shout out. We got Mark Davis in the room. We got Electric Demos. We've got Carol Connor. We've got Mark Davis. We've got Passion Hunting and Fishing. We've got Amy's Adventures. We've got going down the chat. We got Big Fish. We may get some more coming in, because I've got lots of supporters that have a busy life. They have jobs. They have families. They may not be in here. Plus there's Green Bay Wacky out there. And I don't care. People know that he's on. But I had to say what I had to say. I need to say what I have to say. Because Joyce Stewart sparked a message, a light bulb in my head. And why it's so important that we have all these channels hand in hand. And why it's important. It's a two-way sword. Rightio, let's get to the basics. Yes, we need content. Yes, but we need people to see the content. And I'll go back to the beginning. The Canadian Drone Hub got me most of my supporters. We do not do sub for sub on that channel. And I say we because I am part of the family. What we do is we watch each other's content. We check each other's videos out. Most nights we get on there as a group and we check each other out. We converse with one another. We help each other out when we've got problems with our drones. We can just talk. We can chew the fat. We have fun. We have Green Bay Wacky on. We have Cab 7 on. So don't think that we're all droll and boring people. We like to have fun too. That's why we got drones. Man, if anyone experiences flying a drone, man, that's why I got my other channel out. I love my blow-up drone. We love our drones so much, we'll even take them to bed. But watch out for the sharp blades. Rightio, who else we got on there? We got Dan Anderson. Gee, I can see this chat now. We got T. Gable out there. Like I said, we've got Gimbal's Games. He's a gamer. I check out all the gaming channels because I was a gamer for a long time. So I've got a lot. Fishing. I love fishing. I was in the Anglers Club for many years. So man, I've lived by the ocean or the river all my life. So, I mean, if you want a hobby, go fishing. Plus, I've got something to offer those fishing guys and hunters. So watch out, and Rocco knows this. So, but we need content. But I'm thinking, hang on, doesn't matter what content I put out there. If I've got no one to watch me, it doesn't matter all the algorithms and everything like that and tags and that people are going to miraculously come out and discover you. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. YouTube has fixed it so badly, only the top channels get noticed. You know why? Because that's what makes them money, not us little guys. So therefore we've got to work the game, play the game. How do we play the game? We watch everyone's content. We'll play the game with their rules, what they've made. And they've created a curse. because we're going to beat them at their game. How are we going to beat them at their own game? What I've done in my apprenticeship was build a platform, build a supporter base, whether it's I've got a big pond and I know how to fish, whatever it may be, hug for hug. There's a whole heap of facets involved, lots of layers in building your channel. And I'm still learning, but I've got a lot of them already layered by layer already in my toolbox that can create the channel, crack the code. I haven't yet told you all the secrets. Watch out for the secrets when I hit 2,000 subscribers, and all will be revealed. People have said to me, because I've already campaigned, I'd like to see that video. Of course you'd like to see that video. Who doesn't want to see their channel grow? Who doesn't want to see their content seen? That's the reason why we're here. We want to, because there was so many droners out there that wasn't getting their content seen. So good old Kim and Roger, it's Roger's channel, and Val come along, gave a brilliant element to the show. It gave the female perspective, but she's a bit of a tomboy as well. She loves to mess out there with ripping up boards and building and doing that working with youth people. She does interviews, and she's a bit girly as well. Oh, well, you can't get a best package than that, can you? She can reach out to everyone. And it's so sweet how she talks to us. She treats people like humans. And we need a bit of that. So yes, so people weren't getting any content. Sorry, they were getting content, but no one's watching. So don't tell me it's sub for sub. It's how you grow a community. It's how you grow people that want to watch you. You don't know who's going to watch you. I go to a hairdressing place. Well, Rocco's a hairdresser. A lot of people wouldn't know that. But he loves fishing and hunting. That doesn't mean he's a girly person. It means that he's got an income that he has to support his family and kids. I mean, he can't be there all the time. The amount of hours Rocco spends helping us grow our channel, I take my hat off to him. On my his first live stream, I connected with him. I got 58 supporters, and those 58 have benefited me all the way through my journey today. I reward him for this shout out. Now, I get a bit emotional, so be aware of that, because I've had a stroke, and people who've had strokes, some of their after effects can be being emotional, because for some reason it triggers this emotional thing up in your head. Oh, it bothers me, because I look back on Val's live stream and I'm thinking, oh my God, I cried to so much. And I'm thinking, Trevor, get alive. But every time I was crying, I've got to look back and laugh, because, I mean, that's who I am. Be yourself. That's how you get your channel to grow. Be nothing like someone else. Be yourself. When I first come onto YouTube, it took me 4 months because I thought I was too ugly for YouTube. I mean, I'm getting a bit rough at the edges at the moment. I've got to have a bit of a trim. And I was going to have a haircut and everything for Val's interview, and I thought, at the end of the day, they just take me as I am. There's a lot of scruffier guys out there and girls, and girls. So I thought, bad luck. Rightio, we've got Blue Phoenix 06, we've got Wild One Adventure, we've got Chevy Truck, we've got Tavi Smith, if that's how you pronounce it. Yes, no, Rocco, I'll get down the camera. I've got to look out which camera, because I've got this camera, but my bandwidth's playing up. So once I get my computer, I'll do it on the tablet. No, thank you, Rocco, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Roger from Canadian Drone Hub. Thank you, all you guys, for what you've done. Oh, we got Doug there from Sales Education. Man, I'm going off. I am literally going off on this stream. I mean, people are bagging people out they think it's sub for sub and it's not the way to grow your channel. Well, they're like the Jesuits of the whenever way back in time, saying the world's going to end, scaring people. And what happened to the people they were trying to scare that went out to the ocean? They all got drowned. We don't want to be that Jesuit out there. We want to tell people that, explain to people, show the difference, as it explains on my description. Content versus channel building. Building your channel. Well, that's what we have to do hand in hand. Rocco excels at building your channel from getting supporters. That's what he does, but that's what he does only a small part. His role is to get content, show people how to fish, how to raise a family, do his cooking shows, doing his hair salon. Because after all, at the end of the day, we've still got to make money. And how are you not going to make money? They're the ways we're going to be able to afford our little goodies so everyone else can watch your channel. I mean, he wants to buy cameras and stuff like that. So it's very, very important. And I'm glad that I've got this up there because I know that I'm streaming. I know you can hear me and all the rest of it. So I've got the big screen there. I can see myself. I can see the chat. I'm keeping up with chat. Little by little, I'm just going to polish my channel. And that's the way to go. I'm seeing people here that's been supporting me all the way. And thumbs off to you guys. Chopper, man, he's a top guy. See, I get emotional. It's just that I'm not emotional because I want to cry. It's because I know how important it is to me with people that help me to grow. They are top dudes. Thank you out there. I just can't help getting emotional. Man, it's unbelievable. So people that are bagging Farmer because he's asking for people to support one another. It is not a sub-to-sub channel. Canadian Drone Hub, it's not a sub-to-sub channel. People are watching your videos. I ask everyone to watch 2.5 minutes because, one, they're the rules that YouTube has told us to do, where we're going to play the game. If we have to play the game to grow our channels, we are going to do it. And I don't care how we do it, as long as we do it by the rules. I don't buy subs, like a lot of those guys that got purged. I got purged and not one person got knocked off my channels. In fact, I woke up the next morning and I had 60 extra channels subscribed to me. Now tell me, was I ever purged? No, because I got channels that had substance. Because I supported that person, but whether they were going to support me back was another matter. I didn't know. I got the people that were willing to take their time, get off their lazy butt, and I say that in a positive way, because if you've got the opportunity to hit that button, you ain't lazy, right? It's the ones that are lazy are the ones that didn't go and put that button. How hard is that? It's free. So, and I might have said that the wrong way, and I didn't mean to. What I meant to, they actually took the effort to get up and do it. And this is what we need to explain, is support one another. You don't know who's going to be there willing to support you back until you hit that button. And that button is to support. Go down and support one another. Then all of a sudden, people are coming to your streams. I've heard people out there like, I went to streams in the early day. There was this one guy, and I touched it on the video yesterday, and he says, I am so poor, I can't even afford a camera. I have to even resort to my Obama phone. And for those who don't know what an Obama phone is, I found out because I asked. Because I'm willing to ask even to someone that's so down and boring and everything. And I said, what's an Obama phone? Because he was jealous at how many subscribers I had. And this was in the early days when I only had 300 subscribers in a week or so. And he says it's given to people that are on welfare, and that he designed so you can be in contact with the welfare department and services and all that, so they gave you a free phone. I don't know if it was States or all over America or wherever, but he said he had to even resort to that. Well, I thought, oh my God. I said, get out, oh man, I don't like using it, get a life, but what I mean is, please pick yourself up. I tried to give him advice and he wouldn't listen. I said, you might be poor, but it doesn't cost you much to clean up your house, and it doesn't cost you much to put up something, a painting from the op shop, which is an opportunity shop, second-hand shop, $1 or $2, spruce it up the walls. Everything I own here, other than the stuff that I bought on poker, all the new stuff I bought on poker, these tables are freebies. My desk, I don't know if you, I mean, no, I've got a little bit messy at the moment, but I've got this desk, I've got 2 desks, I got them for nothing. I went and scanned on my computer and I went and looked for freebies that people had to offer. So I got 2 desks for nothing. It cost me a little bit of fuel. A neighbour was kindly allowed me to use his trailer and car because I don't have a tow ball and I needed someone to help me lift it. So I was able to get some freebies. All my other stuff is second-hand, donated or whatever. It doesn't cost a lot to build a channel. What I did, I started off with a cheap little camera and then I've built up where I've purchased this for $150 Australian, including postage. And I'll get another one of these next week. And they're the sort of things that I need to invest in and pay good money, but I still check out the best price. So by checking out the best price, I'm still able to keep my budget. And because I am a broke guy, I've got to go from fortnight to fortnight. And people don't know what fortnight is. But in Australia, it's 2 weeks. It's about the time when welfare people get paid. So that's why we work on fortnight to fortnight, which is every 2 weeks. Well, anyway, I don't want to get off the subject too much. I want to try to keep it. That's why I kept a couple of notes. And I did. I burnt my lunch. I put this in my oven and burnt the tops of it. I wound it up to high because I was so excited. I wanted to get on the channel and I spoilt my pies. But this is what YouTube's all about. Every now and then you want to create some really nice content. This is an egg and bacon pie. And this one's a meat pie. And those who live in Australia or can appreciate Australians, it is a sin to burn your pies because they are our staple diet here in Australia. They love their pies. Well, this is YouTube. I want to build content. I want to rush into building content. And meanwhile, you burn your pies. What do? Bugger that. I burnt a pie, but I'm going to cut off the edges. I'm going to leave the little burnt bit there and I'm going to eat around it. I'm going to risk getting salmonella. This is what YouTube's all about. So we're going to make mistakes. We're going to have raw content. We're going to have haters saying, I had one person come into, she gave me a like, because I didn't get a dislike, but she commented and said the music was too loud and it ended abruptly at the end of my video. She was a critic. Well, I went back to her video, like I do, because I go to every content. Well, I mean, it wasn't my cup of tea. She had all black makeup and she had things coming out of her face and she looked a bit scary to me, a little bit of a devil worshipper or something like that, but they all make up our people, don't they? And I'm thinking, oh my God, she was a critic of mine and I didn't dare to put a comment down because I may have offended her. So I thought I'd just creep out, put a like, watched the video and moved on. That's all you have to do. She may have a bit of a burnt edge, but she's still people. She's still got good centre. She's still got worthwhile eating. It's all good. I may risk salmonella, but she's still worth watching, isn't she? Is she not? Of course she is. She's still burnt around the edges. But let's give her a go for it. I mean, she could only be doing that for a live stream. She could be going to church on Sundays or whatever she does. She might be a good mother. I'm sure she is. I mean, she might all of a sudden change her channel and do baby videos and do her crocheting and her knitting and all these other colourful things that's different to her colourful life. I mean, I could have made that person up, but I didn't. It actually is a real person. I've got gangsters that I go into and I've embraced them. They're my best followers. I mean, I go to church on Sunday or whatever, but they're willing to watch me. I've got something to offer for them. They might not go to church. They might not have the same interests as me. But I had one of them say that, I listen to you like a podcast. It's fantastic. I can't put you down. Well, you know what that made me, how that made me feel? I thought, good on you, mate. Watching my stuff. And you know, he's been just about on all of my live streams. Not that there's many. Because Val says, did you wipe some of your stuff? I don't wipe anything. What you see is what you get. Be translucent. Show yourself. Don't hide it. And that's where I'm coming from. I have a lot to talk about, and before I diverse off the subject, is those who hide their content, maybe them don't support. They might be very shallow. They may have something to hide. They may have paid subscribers. They might be building their channel on false hope. They might be doing clickbait. They might be doing things that are untoward. They may be whatever. I'm not saying they are, but look out. They could be the Jesuits out there. The Jesuits of their time. I'm not saying Jesuits all the time, but of that time, they're just scaremongers. Jesuits are basically good Catholic people. So don't get me wrong, it was just of this time of life when they wanted to scare everyone. And we don't need people that poo-poo, scare us, give us false truths, all the rest of it. Just be yourself. And I think the chat here is a bit lagging, but I don't want to miss out those people. Because after all, no use talking to a empty audience, eh? Well, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? How can be an audience and be empty? I don't know. We got Canadian Carly. How you going? Good supporter. We're Chopper, obviously, without saying. Check out Chopper Rule 1. He has a great channel. Fantastic. He does all sorts of things. I won't give it away, but it's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. He has good live streams on Sunday morning. And, you know, I don't get to those live streams enough because, unfortunately, YouTubers need sleep as well. And Sunday morning unfortunately, when I crash. Not that I don't choose to watch his video. I'm just human. Sometimes I crash out and burn. But I get to watch his replays. And this is the other thing. We're not governed to make sure we check out everyone's live stream. We have busy lives too. Check out the replay. I heard a good friend of mine that's on got a drone channel just starting up. Only 4 videos I think he's done. And I was there this morning watching his video because it's morning for me. It's afternoon now. And he said his statement one time was, I'm not going to chase supporters. I'm not going to chase anyone that's not out of my content. It's got to be tech related. Am I the right way up? Yep, I'm on the right way up. It's just my thing. Can you put something in chat, please? Now I know why. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Can you still see me? I've got 22 still here. Thank God. This is the problem. This is what I'm saying. Burned edges on your content. At the end of the day, you've got to just cut those burnt edges off and eat the content. Still stick in there and eat that content. This is what I mean. We had some people there with such high tech on their content and they still have the same issues. You just do what you can. Okay, this is why I'm getting better and better, because I was able to at least type in chat that I will be back in 1 minute. Until I get the bells and whistles, that will be a nightmare in itself. What I was saying is, and then guess what I did? I wrote down Philly Life. I think that's where I left off. Philly Life is Philadelphia Life, Drone Life. He's going to be a next star. He has the flair. He has the honesty. He knows how to fly drones. He's just got to now. He's excited to learn lots of other things. He's like me. He's absolutely crazy. And he's a big guy, he was, and he's lost a lot of weight, like 30 pounds or something. I don't know what it is in America. I'm in kilos here. But anyway, he did it to lose weight. Same as what I'm trying to do. Go down and get some activity, all sorts of things. That's how I started. Anyway, check out Philadelphia Drone Life. Absolute guy. Yes, how you going, Steve? Thanks, sales there. I'll be able to give people wrenches today too, so just bear with me. What I'll do is I'll have a quick little pause and a drink in a minute, and we'll get on to there. Rightio, getting back now that I've said a little bit, we've had Passion for Hunting and Fishing on there, right? He is a top guy and he is there to help us grow. People have been bagging channels like his because they think it's some, for some it's not. All he is passing on the message. If you want to watch his gear, this person's stuff, you've got to give them some support first, else they're not going to grow. Because when they get better, they're going to be able to blow YouTube out of the water. You don't, because they haven't seen anything yet with me. I mean, I've got to learn to grow my channel and get there and show it to the audience. Then I get as the creator. So I'm only doing my apprenticeship. There is going to be inventions and things that people haven't seen, and tech reviews that people haven't seen. I worked for 6 years in Australia Wide Assist, which is the biggest roadside assist company in Australia. I was in the call centre as well as I worked on the road, of helping people to get on the road and when they had breakdowns. Well, they were happy to have me because I made sure I had 100% record of getting people back on the road. I used to even give them free service if they had no money. When the computer told me don't give them service, well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to let anyone down. And that's who I am. I knew how to sell, I knew how to keep my job. Excuse me. Now, the reason why his channel is so unique and so good, when I say unique, I think his passion is unique. We've got other people out there that try to mimic his channel, and we've got Grant McIntosh is fantastic, he's doing the same. On my first time on his live stream, on his supporter channel, I picked up 58 and I thought that was amazing. Well, the second night I went on there, I got 85. And from there, then after it just dropped because I already had the people that were coming on there. Guess what happened? And that was a good thing, because it means the people that were coming back on there, they were coming back and back and back. And I already had, so isn't that proof that it's making his channel grow as well? And it's helping everyone else, because they're all coming back to be part of that community, not to sub. They wanted to visit each other's programs. They wanted to see their content, just like what Canadian Drone Hub's doing, allowing people to grow and be able to watch their content. And that's what we need to do. Now, getting back to Joy, lovely lady, got good channel, Joy Stewart, I give a big shout out to her. She's on the other end of the spectrum. Has exactly the same importance in what she has to say. Check her video out and it tells you. It explains. People on YouTube, we need content. She was explaining how you become and growing a family. How you witness their anniversaries, you witness their babies born. And things like that, the things that matter. And so she had the same importance, the same message, but on a different level. We need both, but how are we going to get both? How can we get both when you can't get people to watch you because you haven't got a channel? I've witnessed people saying that they've been on for 7 years with 250 subscribers and they've only hit their 1,000 goal only a couple of weeks ago, and they've been on there for 7 years. It's only because of people like Rocco and Matt are being able to support their channels, making their channels grow, and you know how much that gave them that buzz to go forward. All of a sudden they've got 1,000 subscribers. Well, you know what that meant to them? It means, wow, maybe this is worth it. Maybe I will go out and buy a camera, upgrade them from my phone. Maybe I might spruce up the back wall a bit. Maybe to make it just so it's interesting for someone to look at. Maybe I might be able to clean my act up a little bit. Well, I've seen the growth on the Canadian Drone Hub. People are buying cameras, new computer gear, getting OBS, getting Twitter accounts, getting Facebook accounts. And that's another story I'll teach you about or explain, the importance of those other social medias, which I've still got to try to pick my game up, but that's okay. I've still got the burnt edges to still eat the content around, take off the burnt edges, and so I can create this channel. It's all good. Because I tried to do it the other day and I just can't work it out properly to get the social medias up there, the tags for the social media, so they can actually, because you use them as an advertising platform to make people or encourage people, invite people, or let people know that you're on. Well, when you use those things hand in hand, you can get your moderators out here, like Doug there from Sales, Education and More. You can get him out there and he will go and say, Manic Magic is on, please, you're welcome, come in. He invites every people in, not just art people, not just drone people, not just, he invites everyone. Have a laugh with the trolls. I mean, if you get out of hand, we'll just bash you. We just got these little clubs, electronic clubs, we'll just bash you out of here. But while you're not causing any havoc, we'll even accept the trolls. And that's what those guys' jobs are there to do. Oh, we've got Rastar. I hope that's the way we pronounce your name, TV True. He's on there, he's a supporter of mine. I mean, all these great channels. And that's what we're here for. I may not name a lot of the channels off because I go through a lot of content, but man, some of the stuff that I watch, it's memorable. And all I know is I only watch good content. And I'm no sub for sub, like I'm telling everyone. It's how you build your channel. I did it the opposite way around. I did it the way where I found a niche. And it was only because I was going around looking at ways to fly my drone and getting information, watching Ken Heron. I went to Ausbuy Drones. And if it wasn't Ausbuy Drones, it said, check out Canadian Drone Hub. Right? So I went there that same night. And it was only because he was changing his time slot for daylight savings. And he said, Go and check him out. Well, I've hardly ever seen him since. So great supporter he is. I'm sorry about that, Greg, but you did give me something important to do, even if you didn't go on your same information, because I've hardly seen him there, and I'm there every night just about. And so if you hear this or see this, Greg, take note, support your people. Maybe you might have hit the 1,000 subscribers before you thought you were going to. Sorry, he's a great channel, but he needs to get out there more, and he needs to watch us to understand that. Great person, great channel, but it really only touches Australian audiences, I believe. Rightio, I wanted to touch the screen. That's where I went wrong before. What happened was I wasn't touching the screen, and by touching the screen, my channel won't go down. And what did you have to say? As soon as I go into yes, no worries. You can read that in the chat. I don't have to repeat it. Right, Rocco from Passion Hunting and Fishing's got a very good message there. Like I said, check his channel out. There's so many good channels to check out. Like, I was apologising for mentioning Jagger Scott. He's a drone cinema photographer. But I don't apologise for anything anymore. I am mad. I am grumpy. Why he is not viral, I do not know. My campaign is to get his video out there, his messages out there. He has great content. He has fantastic music. Whenever I get down, whenever I get upset, I go and watch his videos and he lifts me. I go to Cab 7's videos. He lifts me. They all lift me. There is some great content out there. I mean, and I have time to do that with my busy lifestyle, trying to check you guys out. And it's just fantastic. Like everything I've done in my life, if you check out Val's life and the interview of me, it will show that I'm only there to help people out. People telling Farmer, JT, not to say I've got you and they're saying he's trying to make a sub for sub channel. Well, how can he make a sub to sub channel when he's got brilliant content out there? He's doing a drone night. He's doing a shout out night. All he's doing is support my channel or support your channel role. It's not sub for sub. Watch your content. Yes, watch 2.5 minutes. How do you know you're going to like that video until you do? Because if you don't go and check the channel out, how are you going to discover it before 2.5 minutes? How are you going to click on? Because YouTube has pies that's been put in the oven because they've got a busy schedule, and the pies get a bit burnt. Well, how many videos have you seen where they're a bit rough around the edges? They're burnt as they've come out the oven, where you have to actually get past the 2.5 minutes before all of a sudden you've witnessed something that's worth watching. We've got to take time. Well, take 5 minutes if you have to. 2.5 minutes is just the rules that YouTube has set out, that's all. And after all, we've got to go by their rules. None of this buy sub for sub. None of this going on eBay and buying 100 supporter cards. That's what some of these big guys were doing. They were losing thousands and thousands of subs. And I will use the word subs because that's what YouTube says. How did they get this? They bought a card for $100 for 50 subscribers. Now you can go onto eBay, and I think they've stopped it now, but they've stopped a lot of things on eBay and YouTube. So you could literally go out and buy a card and obtain fake subscribers. Now, I've never spent any money on doing that. I've never even thought about doing it. I only found this out after the purge. And like I said, I wake up to the purge of receiving 80 subscribers the next day. I wasn't even worried. I didn't lose any sleep over it. I slept like a baby while people were getting purged. And yes, I know there was others that lost subscribers. Don't be alarmed of that. It wasn't because they were doing dishonest things. It's because they didn't learn how to pick up the tricks of the trade. They weren't watching videos. They weren't hitting like. They weren't going back to check out the channel. They weren't repeatedly, because there's a tier 3 that I do. Those who've never given me a message saying, I've liked your video, I've got you back, you're a stayer, thank God I've found you, I've got a lot of them. Can't wait to see what you've got next to offer. I've got hundreds of them, and I've got 1.7k of watch hours in 1 month. People watching my videos. Right. And what I do is those who don't watch me and haven't said come back and got me, I go back to their channel and go again, saying I've got you, I've checked your channel out, love what you're doing. If you've got some love to offer, I'm still here. Well, that's not outside the rules. It's not begging. What you've got to do is just, like they do in sales and whatnot, it's called follow up. I've got a sales background. You might not be surprised. When I was sane, sorry I am sane, but when I was pre-coma, pre-stroke, I wasn't that person that would talk, rush, get teary, all these emotions. I was a different person. Those who know me know that. And I was able to keep down 3 jobs at the same time. The only thing was I was always still manic. I still did so much stuff. Even as a big guy, I still got off my ass. And we can use that word in Australia. Whether we can use it in YouTube, I don't know. Well, I used that word one other day with 3 Zs and the moderator, someone's bot blocked me because I used the word AZZZ, thinking what's this world coming to? Anyway, so yeah, like I don't want to get off the wrong track, but how do you going to know if you're going to like their content? How do you know what you have to offer? Oh my God, I just witnessed farmers in YouTube jail because I watched him and then all of a sudden he was blocked. I reckon someone said that he was a sub for sub. Oh my God, that's going to make me cry. Is that you, farmer in YouTube jail? How are you doing? Oh my God. Man, why? Like, I've had no warnings because I'm not a sub for sub. I don't know what the reason. I know farmers tried to push the envelope with his live streaming with a bit of music that may be copywritten. He's only young. I've tried to tell him not to. I hope it's not too late. But yeah, make sure you always abide by YouTube rules. Don't get into jail. That is so sad, farmer. So sad indeed. I'll keep in touch with you. We can get around this. I will fight for you 100%. All they have to do is check it out. You're only young. You might be a couple of months before YouTube get there together, but we'll do something about it, right, mate? What are you being reported? Someone reported you for inappropriate content. I'm glad you're owning to what they reported you and not hide it. Keep it out in the open and we'll get behind you. Rocco, he's a lad of the same age as your son, or your son might be 14 or whatever, but they're around the same age. and your son's trying to build a channel as well. So if you can get on board, if we can all get on board and try to help Farmer out, to try to get his channel back for him, it's very important. I don't want him to give up his hopes just on someone reporting to him for inappropriate information or something. We'll work out what that may be. We'll get to the end of it. We'll sort it out. If we can sort something out, it'll be very important. So I want to catch up with the thing. Yes, I love the thumbnails too. Very important to have thumbnails. Another way of growing your channel and content, you must have good thumbnails. I was told that the analytics like to see eyes, right? But one of my videos got the most hits in such a short time was this one. Well, man, that didn't show any eyes, did it? Well, that proved them wrong. What it meant was people wanted to see my eyes and wondering, who's that man behind that magic hands? That's what they wanted to see, not the eyes, even though I got beautiful eyes. My mum always said I got beautiful blue eyes, and she was correct. Because my mum, she never ever lied to my sister when she said she had brown eyes. When I said to my sister when I was cheeky and said, cows have brown eyes. But I was that naughty, naughty boy. So sorry about that, sister. But Mum was right. I've got beautiful blue eyes. I'm a bit of a jokester. So be aware of that. Bangda Ran, is it? Yeah, you love the thumbnails. That's great. I just want to make sure I check it in the live stream because else my screen will go off. Yes, keep supporting his channel. He can still go into chat. He can't, obviously, well, I'll get back down to the nitty gritty with Farmer to see what he can and can't do. Because he might be able to do videos. Oh, but if it's inappropriate content, he might be banned for everything. And not saying that he would have done that. It could have been something else. Let's get to the bottom of it before we work out what this problem is. We're not going to, it's just that I'm so upset about it that I'm not leading to any conclusions here. So, because I'm on the tablet, I'm getting all these ads coming up every now and then. So, I'm just checking out you. Yeah, so I don't want to get off the wrong chat with that bad news. But what it's all about is, yes, we need to get support. We've got Jag Fishing out there. He gave me lots of support. And they do a lot of good content, a lot of good fishing. I am a fisherman, but I'm not saying that I'm going to go out and do fishing content. I mean, I'll do that as a leisure activity. Whether I get the urge to film a little bit of it, but that's not my content. My content will be built up with a lot of other things. It'll be spiritual. It's helping the handicapped. It'll be helping the old people, so watch out for that. Where I go in with a group of men and women, and we go in and we do videos with the old people, and we're there to make their day. I'm getting emotional because I know I can see what's going to happen. We're going to take them in a little gift. We're going to make some crafts for them in our workshops, and we're going to give them a gift and visit the old people, film them, ask them to give a little story, something about their life, something about their childhood, something interesting. Because remember, we've got a very big audience in YouTube, and we've got people that may relate to that, old people at home that want to see how the other half live. They might not want to see the young people's channels and hey dude and all this and I've got you and all this crap. Like, they're not into that. They want to see the crafting, they want to see the art and do all that sort of stuff too. So we've got to open the audience to everyone. And so we're going to do a bit of that. We're going to do some leather work. There's some, this we're going to go, And a lot of the older generation are into church and that. So we'll make some bookmarks like this out of leather. And so they can put it in their Bible. We'll present them to them for a gift. That'd be lovely, won't it? And we'll do all that sort of stuff. Then I won't ignore the fishermen. We'll turn pieces like this into knife sheaths. So you get 2 layers. You have this layer and that layer, put it back to back, and you shape it into the knife, and you slide the knife in there to protect your knife blade. So if you can appreciate what that will look like, it won't be like that. That's just a sample. The other one will actually be shaped into a knife, and then a bit bigger so your knife blade can slide in, and then you've got a decorative piece. Well, you're not going to lose it if it's decorative, are you? You're not going to allow that to go in the drink. You're not going to allow that to go in the river or the lake or the stream. You'll chase after that, and because you'll know where it comes from. I'm making one of these for Rocco's. I just got to get the measurements. I'll get back to you, Rocco. That will be a gift to him for all the great support that he's given me. Now, is that sub for sub? No, I'm giving a gift as well. Not because of the subs. It's because he is such a great guy. I just feel a kindness in my heart to give him a gift. Is there a problem with that? I don't think you think there's a problem with that. No way. Now, how many people we still got viewing? We got 25 still in the house. And, 25 thumbs up, 3 watching. I don't care what the numbers are. But please hit that like on the way out. Hit that like on the way in, whatever. I don't care. Because people are watching my replays. People can pop in, pop out. It's not that sort of channel that you have to watch the whole live stream. I just make sure that everyone's aware of that. It's just to pop in, pop out, and if you feel like you've seen something, I can't miss that. Yep, passion hunting, no worries. And how many minutes have I been doing this? 24. I'll go for another 24 minutes and see how much audience I can get. Because after all, they'll watch my live stream on a replay, and that's all I care for. Manic Magic, thank you for all the concern about channel, but I got this one and I'm going to make it through. Oh, well done, farmer. He is going to make it through. That's what I like to see. I'm sure that people like me are going to give him the support. All we can do is give you support. If we can give that to you, and you've got your own means and ways of getting through it, fantastic. That's what I like to hear. 12-year-old saying that I can tackle YouTube, make a video of it. Let's see that, farmer. I want to see that video. 12-year-old versus YouTube. Make a video if you can. I'll give you some tips on how to do that. There won't be no clickbait. How can there be clickbait? The title says it all. 12-year-old versus YouTube. They can't take that down. Blow them. YouTube has never seen anything yet. Rightio, guys. Who else have we got in the house? We got 4 now. Who we've got? Just put thumbs up if you're here, so I know you're here. Because I mean, I'd just like to know that people who's getting around. So just put thumbs up if you're in the chat, so I know you're still there and not lurking. Because you can lurk, that's okay, but just put thumbs up. It's just said, I want to know who I'm talking to, because all of a sudden you might miss out on something. All of a sudden I'll think, hang on, there's such and such. I know you. I want to talk to you for 1 sec. I've got something to offer you. Thanks for that. No worries. If I haven't got you, I think I do. But I've got a lot of supporters, and I'll get back to your channel and I'll make sure I ring the bell and do all that sort of stuff if I haven't. And yes, I do. Yes, that's okay. I do. Very good. Very good. And as I do, what I do is anyone on my streams, I revisit them. If I don't get the opportunity to get to them straight away, because you can't, it's impossible. So I revisit them first because they've come and visited me. Well, I think I'm going to go and visit them. And that's how I look at it. So I'll visit you, my friend, and I'll check you out. I mean, I can check you out right now on the mobile phone, this thing here. But I think that'll be a bit rude. We'll do that later, I suggest. My pies are going pile cold. If you haven't seen, I've got burnt pies. That's us YouTubers. Good content, but burnt around the edges. And this is all going to go in my tags. I'm going to put burnt pie, burnt crust. And that's what you do. Now, what do we got there? You've deleted something. What happened there? Okay, I will. I don't know why they deleted. That was up for review. You can delete it again if you like, but I needed to see that. That wasn't out of the rules of YouTube. The reason why they stopped you on that comment was because it was to try. It was like asking for you to see your channel, but it wasn't that. Yeah, that was a one-on-one thing with me, and I can understand why you're asking that. Are you going to roll? No worries. Brother, keep rocking. Thank you very much. Their sales done. Keep going. We'll need to get on a private chat and check some stuff out. But I'm starting to wing this caper out. I've had a few headaches. I've had a few problems. And I had problems today. But I'm not going to let it beat me, man. I'm going to keep rocking. I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to do whatever I can. Yeah, but I can understand why you made that message. It's fine. Yeah, it's all good. So I just I read your message because even though that it blocked it, but that's all good. I can understand. I will check your channel out. It's no problems there. Yep, no worries. Who we've got? We got 6 people, 25 likes. If you haven't hit the like, guys, please do. It hits my algorithm. We've been on YouTube for 30 minutes now, and we've got our 25 likes. Sorry, so that's on schedule. All I asked was 20 per hour. Well, I've doubled that, haven't I? Well, now, anyone out there got any questions for me for the 6 people who are watching? How you going, CFPB? How you going? I can't remember if I've quite got you, but that's all good. YouTube is a big place. If I haven't, I'll check back and make sure I got you. And I'll check your channel out because I check everyone's out. Oh, I might miss out on 1 or 2 every now and then, but man, I go through a lot of channels, so please forgive me. So what we're discussing here is YouTube content versus building the channel. And if you haven't got anything out of this live stream yet, or don't wish to watch the whole live stream to catch up, all I ask you is to watch 2 channels. Watch Val's Life. So jot that down if you haven't got it. Watch Val's Life and watch the interview of me from Tuesday night. And it says Manic Magic. Watch Joy Stewart's video. And her video says about content. And I believe everything she says, and she has a lot to offer in her comment. the comment that she gave to me, and the video I watched. If she never gave me that comment, I wouldn't have been able to go and watch that brilliant video she gave me. No bells or whistles, no frills, no hoo-ha. It was joy just being joy, and I appreciate that joy. And that's why I wish to shout your name out, because I'm not a hater. I'm not one of these people that troll people or bash people. I embrace her comment. But yes, we need content, but we do need to support channel for channel, whatever the people want to call it. It's supporting one another. It's watching people's content is that important. But you've got to be able to watch 2.5 minutes at least, because YouTubers are like these pies that are burnt on the edges. Sometimes these YouTubers have got such delicious content to offer. Right, I'm looking at the chat at the moment, but I should be looking at you. They've got something to offer. They've got beautiful content. Bit cold, but that's an old video, isn't it? But guess what? I'm enjoying this content. It's burnt around the edges. You have your technical issues. You have live streams going down. You have YouTube jail. You have poor farmer out there in YouTube jail. Oh, you've got to go, farmer? No worries, mate. You've got him in YouTube jail. These are the burnt edges that we, as creators, have got to eat around. We've still got 6 people in here. I'm enjoying YouTube content while I'm eating around the burnt content. That's the burnt bits. And that's YouTube and their video glitches, their bandwidth issues, computer issues, me spitting food out. That's YouTube. YouTube in a pie. And for those who are out there that know how important pies are to Australians, we can appreciate what the content is. This is the glorious content that YouTube has to offer. But, like I said, it's burnt around the edges. Now, sorry about that. This is to explain to you YouTubers that are out there to try to make their channel grow. When you want to go and make a pie or a cake or whatever, you've got to have the ingredients. Right. How do we get the ingredients? We sit back, we watch videos and learn how to obtain the ingredients. How to make a channel. But you need content. Yes, but to get content you need supporters. Here's a supporter. Here's a supporter. And how do you get your supporters? You've got to get out there and get them. I need to get that bacon. That bacon could be that drone person, that Canadian drone hub. Excuse the relevance to that, but they do like their pork. Canadian drone hub. Oh, some more pork. Another Canadian just went down. Sorry guys, I love Canadians. They're like us. Same sense of humour. Now I want a bit of cheese. Well, the cheese is what goes on top of this egg and bacon pie. Well, that's the quilters out there. I love quilting. I want to watch the quilting channel. So while I go through and I need to get my bacon, I need to get my egg, I need to get everything in my flour. So I'll go to a cooking channel, I'll go to a bread channel, learn how to make bread. Well anyway, while you're doing this, watching channels is I had no content for 4 months. I only got content in the last month. I only put up 17 videos. 1,300 supporters later. Look at me now. And I'm putting out content that I hope that people can love to watch. The last video I put out for how to grow your channel, I've got over 300 views. It's only small. I didn't even have my tags out there. So now that I've got tags, I'll go in and support the tags. I'll get my social media accounts up to grade so people can watch me on there as well. I'll do all sorts of things. But this still takes time. The baking of it is getting your channel out there, you've made your recipe, which is getting your supporters. Well, then you've got to put it in the oven and you've got to watch it so it doesn't burn. Well, that's to get all your media channels out there, your Facebook, etc., etc. Got to get maybe a better camera. You maybe want to get OBS. You maybe wanted to get a good computer. But that doesn't happen until you bake the product. That's beautiful. Still a nice pie. Still a nice pie with even the burnt edges. Brilliant. So yes, how many people we got out there? We got 4. Who we got in the chat? Can we please have thumbs up for those who are in the chat, and so I know who's supporting us? And I say us because you're supporting everyone while you're in this chat. Yep. I'm just messing around with the live chat. Who we got in there? I'll just see if we've got some thumbs up. Are you talking amongst yourselves? That's great. Have supporters too, sweet. Yes. I'll probably get the catch up on that in a minute and I'll read that. But yeah, those who've just tuned in, I'm just eating some lunch. That burnt around the edges. Do you know why? I was so excited to get onto channel. Starting to slow down now. Got so excited. I put my pies in the oven and I burnt them. Well, anyway, it's really nice on the bottom, but it's burnt on top. So I cut away the burnt bits. And I thought, if I cut away the burnt bits, I'll still get the nice content. And that's what YouTube's all about. It's cutting away that burnt bit so you can get to the real important thing. That's the ingredients and the content. The ingredients is the supporters. The content is the beautiful stuff that's inside the pie. Lovely. So how you going, Horse Shop? Good to see you again. Horse Shop's Horses Shop is a good supporter of mine. Comes to a lot of my live streams. Not that there's many, but I'll get there. I've got to get my head around it. Still got to make some good videos. I'm just getting my computer in a couple of weeks' time. I can't wait. Hopefully it won't be the total answer, but I'll be able to do a lot of things with it. I'll be able to do a bit of gaming. I want to do my drone, because you know I like drones. I want to get on my drone sim for the times when it's too hot, too windy, too cold, too raining. We don't have snow here, but that probably won't come because of the global warming. What's that? A lot of mini. I don't know what you understand. How do you pronounce your name? Soko Mania? Soto Cat Mania. Soto Cat Mania. Okay. I'm busy on my mini wood lathe. I was into wood lathing, horses shop. I used to make a lot of wood lathing products. My adopted father bought me a lathe, and I used that heaps and heaps and heaps. I think my family may still have it. If it's in still good condition, I'd like it back, but I've got to find a way of getting it. But unfortunately, if they see my video, I might be able to get it back. My wood lathe, that's if it's still good. I think I saw 2 pies. Yes, I said it right. Yep, I love my pies, but I burnt it. But it's still delicious. Because we only got a couple, I just continue watching a bit of chat. Still getting the watch hours, still having a bit of fun, still doing what the important thing is, and that's you guys. You've got a 10 by 18, oh fantastic. I think I had about a 10 by 18 and I bought some chisels that I sent away from England, from the UK. Some of the best chisels come from the UK because I wanted good quality chisels. Then I got a scribe from the UK, from the same company where I bought my chisels. So I could actually, it was all made of metal with prongs. So I could go in and copy the shape of the table legs. So once I made one table leg, I used to be able to get these slides which go in with the wire, and you'd be able to press it up against the table leg that you've just created. So then you can copy another table leg, because then what you do is you go up against it and you mark it with texture, the mark on the square wood of the shape, and then you can go in and all the deep areas you can just quickly cut into it as much as you can, and then you go to almost to the line and you fine trim it. And therefore I was able to make some really nice table legs and make baseball bats for practice and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm glad you guys are able to stop in. I think the people that the hits that I got, because I ended up getting about 30 people in the first 5 minutes. Fantastic it was. You're the last of the ones here watching me eat, sorry. But yeah, but a lot of people on YouTube like to eat, and I needed my lunch, and I put my lunch in just before I did the live stream. So if I've got any advice for you guys that are still watching or watching my live stream replay, because I have a lot of people that do, because I have the watch hours to prove it. The advice is, if you're going to do a live stream, don't put your pies in the oven. Oh, fantastic. I was a cabinet maker, because my adopted father was a cabinet maker. Well, if your adopted father's a cabinet maker, what are you going to end up being? Cabinet maker. So I was a cabinet maker before I was building furniture. I was doing furniture and all sorts of things before I was a builder, sorry. And because he was a builder as well and a carpenter, so I went into building and that. Walnut, cherry, apple, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Love to hear that stuff. Got a red cedar rolling pin. Make some pies with that. Horse chop. So how many we got in chat? We've still got the 4 here. I don't know who they all are. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. On the 4th. There's 3 here chatting. Oh, you like Hope? See what I mean? They reckon these channels are sub for sub. You got this Zach here who likes Oak. Well, he's a drone pilot. He's an FPV drone pilot. He can't be interested in woodworking. He can't be interested in oak. That's wrong. He must be a witch. He's a witch. What I'm trying to say, guys. See, drone people can love woodworking and all that other stuff. How do you know you're not going to like their content until you start chatting? And how do you chat? Got to click that button. Subscribe to them. Check out what they got to offer. They might have that one video that they have this to offer, but their next video could be something different. It could be me eating burnt pies. But luckily it's not. I'm making a mess of this. There's pastry going everywhere. If you're a bit of a cook, you'll realise why. I mean, when it dries out a bit, pastry goes everywhere. So I'm going to just turn the volume up. I'm going to do a couple of tests on me and just see what I can hear. So if you hear a bit of background feedback, you'll know why. But while there's only a couple of us, while there's a couple of us, what can you hear? I'm going to try and turn this up. I really apologise for this. What can we hear? Hey guys, how are you? Hey everyone. Hi. You can hear me okay? I'm going to wind down the volume. How was that? Could you hear us? Hi to us, yeah. That's good. So we're still chatting away. Yep, it's actually did make a roll. Yep, I come from out of just a beautiful 4-shot as well. Very good. So once I finish this pie and my drink, I'll probably call it a night. We've still got 5 watching. Oh, it says down there, see, the more you do it, the more you're going to get used to this, because as I'm working on 2 different devices here and starting to work things out, it's great, it's fantastic. So now it's nearly an hour now. So if you guys, I'm going to shut off very shortly. Hi King Tiger, you just come in, very good. Yeah, I'm going well, mate. I was just pointing out, we've done a bit of a live stream here and it's been successful. How you going, RC? See this? If those who know what Aussies are, they love their meat pies. Well, this is a meat pie that's just come out of the oven. I was so excited to come to my live stream. I wanted to cook dinner. Well, guess what happened? I forgot about the pies and I burnt the top of the pies. This is YouTube. YouTube is my pies that are burnt. When I got my pies out the oven and discovered they're burnt, I'm thinking this is a good analogy. You still need good content. So what I did was I cut off all the burnt bits, which is YouTube in a nutshell. It's YouTube with creators trying to strive at getting their channels noticed. And while they're trying to get their channels noticed, they're going to have a few technical mishaps. Live streams shutting down, volumes not working, squealing in your ear, content problems, some things that just didn't quite work, all sorts of things. Well, you're going to get that. So what you do is you cut the burnt edges off, you cut the top off, and I still enjoyed my pie. And that's what you've got to do. Still enjoy your pie, still enjoy the content. And what I did was an analogy, just briefly, is you've got to get your content. And how you get your content, you've got to have your ingredients. And your ingredients is the subscribers out there. How are you going to get your channel watched if you've got no subscribers? Sometimes you've got to be willing to go out there and click that button and subscribe and make the first move. How do you know that you're not going to be interested in something without being able to click on the subscriber? Check out their channel. How do you know you're not going to like their channel without at least watching 2.5 minutes? It might take up to 2.5 minutes to get back and cut back all the crap, cut back all the burnt bits, to be able to get into the good content. So you need 2.5 minutes at times for you to scrape away all the bad parts to get to the good stuff, which is the content, which is the stuff that's in your pie. So what's left is this, and YouTube can have that. We, the people that support one another, that have good content, have got something willing to watch, have something willing to offer, can scrape back the burnt bits and get to the real content. I just noticed then in the last 10 minutes, we're chatting away amongst ourselves, and there's a lad there that's who's in FPV flying, and there's a horse shop who does woodworking, and we're just explaining the types of woods that he or she loves. I can't quite remember the person. All I know is I've checked out some of the content, and saying how they like oak, apple, and all the rest of it. And I'll get to know this channel more. This is how it happens. You know how when you get a visit and you can't quite remember their name or what, if you recognised them, whatever, on the first or second visit? Sometimes you need to revisit it all the time. So this is part of growing. While they come back to my live stream, I'll revisit them people. And this is how we get the journey happening. We start to grow. So, yes, the content is real people trying to do good things, exactly. If you've got good ingredients, you're going to make good pie. If you're going to have bad eggs, well, is that going to make a good pie? It's got to have good people. And once you have good ingredients, which is your subscribers, you don't know if they're good or not. You have to find out. Maybe you've got to look on the use by date. The use by date might indicate whether or not they're a good subscriber. These are all the things we've got to consider. Well, he's mentioned that he liked certain types of timber and whatnot, and he was into woodworking. Well, he's not allowed to go into woodworking.
What's this world coming to? He's a drone pilot. He's not allowed to be into woodworking. Of course he can. That's what people don't realise. You've got to check other diverse people out. Who, us artists and woodworkers or whatever, how did they know that I was going to love droning so much? I'm going to have a droning channel. I didn't know I was going to have a droning channel. I didn't know that I was going to fly my drones. This is what YouTube set these boundaries and making it so hard and setting different rules and making it hard for us new guys, or the guys that have been on for a long time have got very bad content, or because they haven't been able to create a journey of creating good content. And the reason why what I'm talking about is how do you, where we've got, say, the Canadian Drone Hub, and we've got people forming a community. And yes, they encourage, follow this person and they'll follow you back. That's not sub for sub. It's just a way of people connecting. How do you know you're not going to like their stuff until you watch it? So you've got to, first thing you've got to do is hit that button and subscribe. Then all of a sudden, oh, I love what you've got to offer. Then all of a sudden you're getting advice. You're starting to check each other out and doing all sorts of stuff, and it's all fantastic. Just like the olden days. What did you say there? Because I'm looking off two chats here. RC. RC's a good friend of mine for those who haven't got him. Yeah, exactly. I'll read it properly. Just like the old days on the farms, you learn to do a bit everything and try to profit from doing what you enjoy. Exactly. You try. If you don't like what you can't make a real profit from what you don't enjoy, because you ended up being a nuthead, or you divorce or whatever. Especially if your family can enjoy what you do and all the rest of it, it's all part of the YouTube. What did you say, King Tiger? Got everything. What's that? I got everyone here and left it a comment on your video. Oh, very good, very, very, very good. How you going, Paul? I just got your chat. It's a bit delayed on the screen here. We've had a very good live stream here, and what the live stream was about, without boring the ones that are just revisited, is we're talking about meat pies, your favourite subject. And YouTube jail, unfortunately, our newest member of Val's Life, Farmer, is in YouTube jail. So we've got to support Farmer. But what the channel, what my stream was about and is about, is how to make a pie. And YouTube is like making pies. And for you who know what Australia is like, we love our meat pies, don't we? Well, you've got to have the ingredients. And if you have good ingredients, which is good subscribers, but you've got to obtain those ingredients, whether it's from the shop or the pantry or the cupboard. And we've got to get these ingredients, and then you've got to be able to create good content. But you can't make good content if people aren't watching you. Well, that's the ingredients to the pie. And what happened was, I wanted to make my stream so badly about content versus building your channel. What's more important? Well, what's important is hand in hand. Both things are important, because people are telling people, saying, you're doing sub for sub channels and all the rest of it. Well, it's not. We're not doing sub for sub channels. How do you know you're going to like people's content until you don't look at it? How do you know you're going to like their content until you click that button? I found this YouTuber just here, a friend of mine. How did I know he was in woodworking when he was a drone pilot? Like I said, Paul, you're a drone pilot. You can't like woodworking. It's unheard of. You're a drone pilot. This is what the message I'm trying to get across is. Just because you're a drone pilot, you can love art, you can love woodworking, you can love everything. You can love just having a good time. And guess what? Like you, Paul, you can love pies, you can love biscuits, you can love buns. Isn't that the best thing that the world has to offer? All those nice things. Well, you can have it all. And there's no one, and all those guys who say you can't have it all, they're the haters. They're the scaremongers. Block them out of your mind. Make sure you go to the fishing channels, the ones that want to get your channels to grow, and the Canadian Drone Hub, Green Bay Wacky, Cab 7, Val's Life. Check them out. The start of the video, just to let you know, Paul, because I respect you so much, you've become a very good friend and loyal supporter, is check out Joy Stewart's video. It's all about what's important. Is content important? All these channels that people are referring to as sub for sub. She made a very good point. Content does matter, but you still need to create an audience. And that's a seesaw. And that seesaw can be very rocky. And I've witnessed how rocky that can be. Sometimes you've got to be able to build a platform to be able to create that. What's that? Yeah, Val's Life is the best live for multi-dimensional. Exactly. It covers so many people, so many diverse lifestyles. And this is what we all need to know and learn. And I think Canadian Drone Hub's learnt that too along the way, because Roger and Kim were battling against their sub-support, their supporter base. And it isn't everything. And just because I tried to grow my channel, I still realise it's not everything. You still need content. But I had to look at what aspects I could grow my channel on. And the things that I was best at, I had to concentrate on. And that's marketing, doing all the other things, being able to talk to people, be able to diverse people with diverse lifestyles, grow my platform, then get a bit of content. Because as I'm doing what I'm doing, it's only been 5 months, I can then work on the technical side of it, get all my bells and whistles, make things a little bit easier for me, I hope. And that's who knows, it could be a nightmare waiting to happen. Once I get my OBS and my computer and all the rest of it. See, I'm just working off the tablet. Because as you witnessed yesterday, I had all sorts of trouble getting the bandwidth for my camera, but I'll do that when I have the time, not when I'm 5 minutes away of trying to getting onto a live stream. But I can still laugh at that. But if you notice the expression on my face when trying to get onto the channel, oh my God, I was so stressed out. I had to say, deep breaths, Trevor, deep breaths, manic magic, deep breaths. And I was able to pull off a reasonable live stream with Val in her interview. So check her channel out. Check the video out. I've been telling everyone. But check out Joy Stewart. And she has a very important point. And I've said check out Rocco at Passion Hunting and Fishing. And they all have very good points. But we need to work together to be able to get this to happen. And now, Paul, like you've come on board and you've realised maybe you just sort of get yourself out there a bit too. And so we can see the face and see the nice person you are. And it's so joyful to see that, that you're a real person. And that's what's so important. That's what RC said back in the chat there a little bit earlier, Paul, as if you drag up the chat. It's very important to grow with good people. And we don't know if you're good people until we find out. Sometimes you've got to get through the burnt edges before we can eat the content and eat the good content. Sometimes you've got to make that sacrifice of getting a bit of burnt pastry on your lips, and that wasn't very nice, but I'll just brush that aside, that burnt bit, and I'll get to the good stuff. That's what we've got to look at, and that's what this live stream's all about. In my last live stream that was involved in growing a channel, 300 hits later, in 5 minutes, well, that's good for me when your channel's only growing. It's not like I've got millions of supporters. You can only do with what you have. You can only do with what stuff you have. Just living, how you going? The chat's a bit delayed here. Hello, my friend. Yes. How are you? I go on to Just Living all the time. Sometimes I'm lurking all the time, but that's all good. I just love just the approach that it's given, just a chat like you are, having coffee. And sometimes I need to wind down and just do that. I don't need that power stuff like Pusa Studios where the stream goes. Sometimes I've got to switch off from that, even though I've had lots of supporters from there. Sometimes I need a break from that. Sometimes I need to go over to Just Living and just realise that, just relax, have a coffee or a Coke, whatever you do, and just chill out. And that's what I do. Now, how do you pronounce Optimi? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I do have your channel. But as you get to know me, we'll get to know each other back a lot more. Just reading out chat, because I've done my live stream and we covered a lot of good topics and it was very explosive. I had a bit of a rant, so check out the first 10 minutes, Paul. It'll be worth it. I tried not to get off the subject. I even had some notes. I'm doing my homework. I want to get better at this caper. So I hope it all goes well for everyone. What did you have to say, Tiger? Manic have to go to do some editing, no worries. And see you on the next live stream. Great. Green Bay Wacky. What's that? Green Wacky, Cab 7, James Cox, etc. Oh, yep. Trevor, you are a shooting star. There is a reason our eyes are on your face so we can all move forward. For sure. We need to move forward. This is what I'm here for. This is what Cab 7's there for. And the thing is, when I watch Cab 7, right, I just looking at a double, not a double in what I look like. I look at it this way. We've still got 4 watching. I look at it this way. He loves his art. He sings. I used to do a bit of singing. I'm trying to get back to it. I've had an operation to try and get my voice right. Oh, for a long time I couldn't talk. You know, I used to try to talk. I was like a cancer person. It was gargled. I don't know if I can do it. That's how I talked. Man, can you sing when you talk like that? Hell's alive on the sound of music? No, you can't. Well, anyway, I missed that. I couldn't do my artwork. It was giving me a heart attack. Man, I used to cry. I still do. Anyway, but I laughed a lot more than I cried. My doggy's here. I got my doggy. She's here. I love her to bits. And I'm going to have camera cam for her too when I'm not doing my art. Because I'll have my art on my art and another camera on me. But when I don't have my camera cam on my art, I'm going to do live stream on her. She is my world. She's my everything. Well, anyway, I look at Cav, getting off the subject again. I was looking at Cav and I think he does his art. He does all sorts of things. I mean, he's human. He swears a bit. I do a few cuss words too, from time to time. But that's being human. Like my minister said to me, going on to a religious little thing, not everyone is, just so I'll bring it short. He says everyone's judged from the start. Who are we to judge one another? Who are the sinners to judge us? We are sinners too. And that's how he put it. And I believe that. Why should people judge us because we go to church and all the rest of it? We're not hypocrites. We're just human. We just fail from time to time. We fail like this meat pie that's got burnt at the crust. That's all it is about it. And you still can get some good content. I still enjoyed that pie. I mean, poor pie, look at the crusts. They're all burnt. They've been disintegrated. And that's life. It's not because I was poor that I didn't want to waste it. I could have given it to my doggy. But all of a sudden it dawned to me, isn't this a great topic? Isn't this a great analogy? How to build your channel. Content versus building a channel. How can we get better than that? An analogy. The content is your meat pie. The good parts of the meat pie. The technical issues you have is the burnt crust. Is your live streaming going down or whatever it may be. But the ingredients is the subscriber. You need to seek good ingredients. And once you get the good ingredients, you're going to be able to, hopefully, in time, when I go out in the kitchen next, put in another meat pie and bake it and watch it. It's going to turn out to an excellent meat pie. Isn't that what we wish for? Isn't that what we hope for? A perfect meat pie? But in the meantime, we've got to make do with what we have. And that's a burnt-edged meat pie. But it's still worth eating. And that's what we've got to realise, is we all have something worth eating. So, thank you for coming in, guys. Thank you for the content. The comments, sorry. Thank you for your support. Because we had about like 25 people in the first 5 minutes. They were just flooding my stream. And like I said, people can be everywhere else. And people had other busy things to do. And you can't get everyone every time. And I know people are out there to watch my replays. So, what's that? Thanks for the bite of the pie. I'd give you a bite of my pie. In fact, RC, you have been so good to me. And I'm sorry that I've slept through your last games nights. I've been so tired because I've had so much stuff to do in the mornings. I've fallen asleep, but I've at least clicked that button and tried to attempt to go on there. But what I'm about to say is, I'd give you a full pie. I wouldn't just give you a bite of my pie. I'd give you a real pie. I'd even say, hang on, one pie is not good enough. Let's give you 2 pies. That's what I'd do. I'm reading the chat up there. That's why I'm looking there. So forgive me, guys. But every now and then I'll look down at you. I'd give you 2 pies. And Paul, I'd give you, both of you, I'd give you, when I had my bakery, I'd offer you a pie. Not only a pie, I'd offer you into the back room. That's where all the good magic's made, is the back room. So if I had my choice, I'd offer the back room and you could have whatever pie you wanted. You could even have the cream buns. You can have the sandwiches, whatever you liked. Not just the pie. And there would never be a burnt crust ever inside. So without any further ado, may all my pies be non-burnt and lovely golden brown crust. So if you haven't hit the subscribe, if you haven't rung my bell, if you haven't left a comment, revisit this video, watch the replay, watch a couple of minutes, watch a half an hour, go through bits and pieces of it, do whatever you can. But please connect, continue to connect, follow me, I will follow you. We will follow everyone. We'll make this YouTube bizzo work. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. And Manic Magic out.